Closer together.
Is this a parking lot?
This is a parking lot, and if you take a look here, this is the armories. I want you to focus in your mind's eye. This could be an incredible square. With the university downtown and so much pedestrian activity, this could be a Dundas Square of Oshawa.
Ooh, yeah.
With an outdoor screen where we could have outdoor movies in the summertime. Perhaps a concert venue. I see almost a lower area, and then we could have seating. Just a really casual square. City Hall Council chambers behind us, and the addition here that includes Service Oshawa. In the end, I couldn't support this project. I did not feel it was good value for money, and I was very concerned about the interfund note and what that meant. I thought we should be expending our taxpayer dollars in a little bit more appropriate way. When you look at this square, it's really empty. It's sterile, not inviting. I would like this to be a square, a public square. So I'm thinking of a kiosk that's designed, that's tasteful, that an entrepreneur could put in. Tables and chairs, potentially a music venue, and this is what they had in Izmir. You can come, have coffee, a light dinner, and just enjoy an incredible musician. And they actually had a glassed-in area for inclement weather where the musician could still play, as well as the outdoor space. So I see one or two of these kiosks. It's a very large square, as we can see if we look around. Find entrepreneurs that have the experience. It would obviously be light food preparation, but we let them make a business of it, and what does the city get? They get another incredible venue for young musicians playing a gig. So I can see this as being an ideal location on a Friday or Saturday night, Thursday night, where the community gathers to enjoy some music and a glass of wine or dinner. I did not vote for this project in the end. I want to make the most of it today, now that we have this building. Just before the summer break for council, a report came forward from staff that we would close this building off from public use. It would only be used for council meetings or committee meetings, as well as quasi-judicial bodies. I had that motion referred to staff because I want to open this council chamber up to the public so we get our value for money. The acoustics are wonderful, aren't they? I think this could be a great lecture hall in the evening for students at UOIT, potentially Durham College or Trent. We have multimedia capability and good seating for about 191 folks, I believe. The dais is very large, so that could be even included. Now, the second use that I thought of is right now the university has the symphony that they're working with practicing in Toronto, and there's an extra cost to that. I would like to make this available for the Ontario Philharmonic Orchestra as a practice facility. So when they're doing their rehearsals, that they could do them here. And I think I haven't had Maestro Perizotto here, but I think he would find the acoustics acceptable. And of course, this would save money. if they weren't paying for rental space in Toronto for the rehearsals. Also, I think it just, you know, when you bring music into a building like this, I think it just transforms. It just brings a spirit to the building and life to the building. Now, the quid pro quo I'll be looking for from the university, if they have this space available as a lecture hall at no cost to them, would be lower rates at the Regent Theatre for community organizations like the Durham Youth Orchestra or the Barbershop Quartet. And there's a whole host of organizations that have limited funds, cultural assets within our community, and if they could have access to the Regent Theatre at affordable prices, it just is a win-win-win for the whole community. This is our historic OPUC building. That was, it's an incredible Art Deco facade. This building should be preserved and remain as part of Oshawa's architectural history. So absolutely, this building should be preserved. But let's now look on Metcalfe Street and the other part of the OPUC yard and what the possibilities are. So the vision here, my vision would be to intensify this site. We would obviously retain the historic PUC building. We would also retain the historic Masonic Lodge, but the PUC yard would actually become an intensified site. So we could have residential, but at the ground level, I see restaurants spilling on to a street that we could close during the weekends. I see cobblestones, and I see incredible cafes, outdoor cafes. So this becomes almost a little Paris in the summertime. And restaurant after restaurant, mostly restaurants, outdoor cafes. Second floor could be classrooms and offices, small business, incubators, and then residential above. It's home to a number of concerts in the summer. But you know what, I want to change that whole, what we're doing. Typically, we have a number of people on city staff that are overseeing the use of the band shell, and we charge, I think, $450 for a permit to use it. I want to break out of that. We have to support arts and culture and homegrown talent in our community. I would like to see an artist cooperative developed, so our performing artists can get together. We set a budget that's retained. They manage that budget, and we have entertainment at this beautiful band shell every single night of the week in the summer. That could be incredible, and it would start to build audience and build exposure for our young emerging talent, because it's very hard for them to get gigs in the city. They're typically going into Toronto. Now this is where I see opportunity before us. This block here, certainly the historic guidehouse, I think is an anchor at the corner of John and Simcoe, and we would want to retain it. This two-story building is currently being rented by Lakeridge Health. And in the future, let's vision what we could have happen. We have the Canadian Automotive Museum. It's in tight, cramped quarters in the building. At one time, they owned right through to Albert Street, including a couple of homes. So again, I see the same thing happening. This could be repurposed. We could have retail. We could have offices, potentially classrooms if they're needed, and then residential. So a good compact mixed urban form. Again, it would be nice for it to spill out. Simcoe Street's busy, but I think it provides a great opportunity to have sort of that feeling that you're in a district in the summer months. Now, the Canadian Automotive Museum, I spoke with Jack Innes several years ago, and he indicated that they could be in a subterranean museum. It would actually be very good for the condition of the cars. So think in terms of the museum being accommodated, okay, on lower floors, perhaps with some display space, which would really likely be as much or a little bit more than they currently have on the first floor, and then being incorporated into perhaps a university building or another commercial building. Because they have the land, they don't though have the resources to build a new museum. Okay. So this is something that I think we have to vision for the future. I'm not saying now, but we have to plan ahead. So when opportunities come with infrastructure dollars or partnership opportunities, we're on top of that. So right now we see the back lot of the area. This is, we look down here, this is Salina Street. And Salina Street is a historic street. It's now one way, which causes some issues. I think the restoration of two-way streets at Albert and Salina would help with safety and desirability. And this is going to be, as an up-and-coming community, I believe, just really at the beginning of an upward trajectory in our city. And the reason for that is you're going to be able to get off the GO train at the Old Knob Hill and walk down Salina or Albert Street. So this is how I would improve this neighborhood. If there could be a partnership worked out with the Automotive Museum where they could be co-located in a building and this whole site could be intensified, we could do the same thing. We could have a compact stacked townhouse, sort of compact urban form, which has a street presence that would really provide that great street face for Salina and improve the value of the homes on the east side. And here we would be able to get the highest and best use out of this plot of land. This is an opportunity waiting to happen, and we've just got to be on the lookout for the right partnerships that can make this happen with private sector investment. Heart of old industrial Oshawa, and just to the north of us here is going to be the new GO train stop. It's going to serve downtown Oshawa, and it will also serve the residents that live south of the 401. This is going to be a transformational project for Oshawa. Having fast public urban transit, rapid transit, come right into the heart of your downtown is going to be extraordinary. It is going to restore our downtown neighborhoods and make them funky and first on everyone's list for people looking for an affordable home that is connected to the GTA.